broken baker, where crimes are baked in every show. Mysteries rise and truth unfolding. Ready, set, it's time to go. We sing it's time to go. Whispering clues, battering news, mixing stories, solving the lies. In this kitchen, secrets are broken, with a spark in our eyes. In the broken baker's kitchen, the secrets crumble like sunrise. We'll sift the clues to find the most, with a spark in our eyes. The broken rise, broken rise. Welcome to the broken baker. Get ready. Let's go.
Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, wherever you are, whatever you are, whoever you are, and welcome to this first try in members only stream. And it will not be a fully members only. I'll turn the chat into members only after 15 minutes if I remember to do it. And it's Sunday, there's nothing else to do, so I thought let's just do something because it's Sunday, and Kevin Magnussen couldn't drive his car in Monaco, so just we sad. Hey, Boomer and Dave. Miami Spice, Madam Hen, Aaron Olivier, LC. You looked a little party ready this morning. Oh, well, last night for you. You finally made it home. Lots of kids and fur baby love now to clean the trailer. Ugh. So nice to meet you and your husband. Hola from, well, don't call yourself that, Marissa. You're a nice person. You're not a beach. Hey, Puddletown. Oh, you're lit. Well, it's going to be a fun stream then. Rob Mill. I never blush. Lil D. Misha Whiskey. Danny T. How we all doing? Ralphie. Oh, the other Ralph. Just Jen. Greedy Bloke. And Miss Irish from Texas. No, I started using that when I got home because my old intro was to go into Tennessee one. Chickens in the chat. Hey, Panella, how you doing? And Monsieur Fedorowski. Hey, Wendy, how are you? If you had to share a cell with someone, would it be Ricada, Chandler Halderson, Sarah Boone, or Valhalla? Oh. Well, Ricada is out now. So can't share a cell with him. Chandler Halderson, I'm not much of a chef and I'm not that fond of the other white meat. So Sarah Boone, she can't drink. She won't drink. So would it be her? Not intentionally. Valhalla, well, we already shared more than a cell last week, so I'll probably choose Valhalla. Hey, Beth. And Captain Kern. Well, someone ruined it for me, so yeah, I'm sorry. Hey, Chris Mullen, thank you so much. It was a long trip, 27 hours from I left Tennessee till I touched down and sat in front of my own screen again. It's a long trip. D. Robertson. Hey, Mass. Phoenix, how are you doing today? And Ariel. Oh, so nice to see you all. Chelsea B. Wendy did far more rides than I did at Dollywood. And for a lady with vertigo, that's pretty awesome. Hey, Just On and Cowpoke, Melissa Joy. Do, do, do. And yes, today at 3 p.m., there will be a showing of The Barbarians, the greatest action movie of the 80s. You should all join my Discord so you can watch it. Hey, Melody. You would choose Sarah Boone? Not intentionally. You're here to ask the hard hitting question. Thank you for doing that, Brandon. Peter A. Just Jen, the corn star. I don't think so. I haven't. No. Ricada, he doesn't need people. Well, neither do Valhalla, allegedly. Sarah, because the only real woman. Yeah, but she could stuff me into a suitcase. Hey, Hospice Jess. Well, I've been back for almost a week now. I just can't get my sleep schedule right again, so that's the only problem I have. Hey, Melissa. On those long flights, I try and empty the bar cart. Keeps the stewardesses entertained as well as yourself. They were really stingy with it. I asked if I could get a couple of bottles of whiskey when I took off, and they said you can get two. So, but it's a long flight, and I want to go to sleep. Two. Yeah, Wallstrom and Dictionary Diva, they like the coasters too. If Sarah is the only choice of woman, is it not time to reconsider one's sexuality? I would say so. And again, I met Valhalla in real life. Let's just say I'm happy to see him, but I'm even happier to see him walk away. Oh my. 2 hour ride, jerks. Oh, hello, Nick. You drank tequila on the flight home, had to live it up while you could. Well, I don't drink tequila, it makes me pregnant. As I just said. No, and I don't know. I thought I could do this like a Q&A. I don't know how you do a Q&A. If anyone even want to know anything. I just thought I never do anything for my members, so I can do that now. Wendy H, you were awesome, especially on the river rampage. The Brett hat, Michael's hat say could say me of he. I don't get that one. I thought you and Valhalla were pregnant. I'm not saying either one of us are or either one of us are not. Well, good to know, Wendy. We're just gonna let that stand there. British Airways first class before I was hammered and then I went to sleep. Yeah, but I need to grift way harder if I'm gonna upgrade my seat to first class because this trip, the round trip, was like I think I set it for like 700 when I did my grifting over and buy me a coffee. In reality, it was probably when I bought my seats and that probably $1,000. But if I was supposed to buy a upgraded, if I had to buy the upgraded to first class, it'll probably be like $5,000 or $6,000. I have YouTube money. I'm not YouTube rich. You form an orderly line and get your answers. It's easy. Well, I put up like the Q&A, and apparently some questions should pop up if people write in it. I don't know. so I can pull them up. Nothing happened. So maybe you didn't do it. Maybe write it in chat. I'll turn it members only in 5 minutes. So just to do something for my members for once. Members only, so females allowed. Oh my, it should be only females. But sadly, the stream isn't members only. It's just the chat that will be members only. So that's for another channel where we do the females only chat. You're no longer a member, so I refrain from asking my sourdough bacon question. I have 2 loaves in the oven right now, by the way. You have 4 minutes to answer the sourdough questions, and I'll try to answer them as good as I can. Just let Marissa host the show and pop in now and then. She rakes in the dough. She's at the beach. And yeah, I have to. Maybe I should let her and Jamie just run it, and then when I get to 6K followers, I have enough money so I can go back to the US. You have to Lowe's building an extra room for the flying monkey. Have a great day at Lowe's. I don't know what it is, but I hope it's good. So how was the Philly? Oh, the cheesesteak. Brandon made a right choice about the spicy cheese. The bread, not the biggest fan of it. Uh, it was a little dry, to be honest. I would rate it like a 6 or 7 out of 10. Would I buy it again? Yes. Would I buy it with a fresh loaf and not made in an airport? Yes. Don't think that thing worked. Got an error. What the heck? It should be. Well, do it the old-fashioned way then. Q&A thing seems busted. Gives errors. YouTube, why can't you do anything right? Let's try it again. I try to do something for my members, and YouTube goes out of their way to not help me. Melody, aka Kiska Gal, became a member. Thank you so much for becoming a member. Yeah, and YouTube tells us go and do stuff for your members, so they want to be members, and then they don't fix it. We do it the old-fashioned way. We'll do it live. Boom, 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 and live chat. And thank you so much, Irish, for gifting 10 Broken Baker memberships so people can stick around for a little longer. Just Dawn was gifted one. Rock Mill, so you can ask your sourdough questions. Chelsea B, Nick Starro, Melissa Simmock, Yamaha Biker, haven't seen him in a while. Stephanie Bland, Kathy Trout, and Kathy Williamson, and Denise Sells were gifted memberships. Thank you so much, Irish. So asking the question, that's I thought that one. I got an error message in the Q&A. Still doesn't know. Well, we'll just do it the old-fashioned way. I'll keep an eye on chat. Still as broken as a baker. Would you ever go back into politics? Yes and no. If I found somewhere where I felt like I fit in and where they were willing to listen and where it isn't just walk in the line and you'll be able to run for us, but just shut up and do what we say. Then I could consider it again. I was asked to run for the same party I ran for the last time, but I considered it and thought with the amount of stress I had after the last election, because I had to do a lot of all the behind the scenes stuff myself. I declined this year, but I like politics and I like arguing politics, so I might do it again. This is a true grift. The Q&A is busted. Also, it was in the airport. I at least suggested something potentially tasty. Why do you resent my? I said Brandon made the right choice with the spicy cheese. I clearly stated you made a good choice. And I gave it a 6, 7 out of 10. It's remember you could have had fried green tomatoes, which would be below 0, or you could have had the best thing I ate on my America trip. Probably were I think the catfish burger I had that was probably like a 9. So you're pretty close to it. Wasn't Yeah, it was pretty close to the top. Will I ever fix that top shelf? It's making my OCD go overdrive. I watch it every day and say, you're going to do 3 more screws in it tomorrow. And then I sleep too much. Just got into Cross on Higgins. Oh, yeah, that's a good time. Since you didn't go to Vegas where everything stays, what exactly happened on my date? Uh, Valhalla picked me up outside of the airport playing Tay Tay. And then we drove to the gas station and bought some adult beverages and drove around in the rain for a bit, talking about nothing, drinking nothing, because well, you could drink and drive as a passenger, but just talking. It was a nice date. He's a gentle man. Well, both my shelf and my posters are crooked. Yeah, then I can keep track of it. Oh, little D gifted 5 memberships. Now I have to think that's because I used the wrong one for the Wonder one. 5 gifted membership to Rosie Smith, Jariah, Gina, 5446, and Jung Forever, and the good old Farrell. What a politician answer. Well, I've been in politics for 20 years, so no, I would like to be back in city council. I think I had a lot of good ideas. I had a lot of ideas for stuff we could change with the budget, but I found out that there's a lot of let's just keep going like we do in politics. Your Honor, unresponsive, he's going on narrative. It's yes or no. You thought Farrell died. Haven't seen her in a while. Should Denmark annex Sweden? Well, we shouldn't annex them. They should just return to the crown. Is my lord your favorite drink now? Only 10 more weeks for me to see Jamie. No, my lord isn't as bad as people said. The aftertaste is really bad. Um, but I've had worse. Tequila is way worse than my lord. It's horrendously bad tequila. Gin, I hate it. I would drink my lord. I just needed some stronger beer to drink with it so it could cleanse my palate. Catfish burger was great, Jamie. Stop being a sour little. Uh, did you really experience Vegas if no bail money was involved? Well, I didn't go to Vegas. It's going to be, I think, Aussie and Vices is in Vegas this weekend. So you have to ask them about bail money. I don't think we were close to doing anything so illegal we needed bail money. I wanted to go to the mouse here, but Valhalla said no. Don't forget you tried fried green tomatoes with me for the first time. Yeah, you fed me something that was so horribly bad that I think you hate me. I'm glad for streams like this. So tired of storm damage cleanup. Needed some. Well, I'm too bad. I saw there was a lot of bad weather across the U.S. Didn't have anyone. I'm going to London and Paris in June. Which country can you come to? Uh, I hate France, so if I should go anywhere, I would be going to England. Burn your house. Was Vegas Rick a tender lover? No. When he promised me handcuff, I thought they would be the pink one with the fluff on it. Sadly, it was just a standard because it was so long. I drink tequila the wrong way. I drink it with my mouth. What is the story of the tattooed ladies on the back of your lower legs? Do I have pictures of them? Then I can tell the story. I have to remember to make it members only, so I make something for my members. Chat is now members only. So you can still watch the stream, but the questions will be asked for members only. Do I have pictures of my leg ladies? Then I can tell you the story behind them. Uh, nope, 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 nope. Uh, nope. I have a picture of Courtney Clenny before she went to prison. Oh my. Maybe I can see. I know one of them is on the tattoo parlors. Uh, this one is a tribute to my Elvis love because my mom played Elvis music for me when I was a kid, and I my first tattoo I had on this arm I got covered up because that was a really bad tattoo, and that was a taking care of business Elvis tattoo, and I thought, well, I need something Elvis, so I asked for a pinup girl, and her pendant says TCB for taking care of business. She has the crown on her ring because he's the king. Then you have Sun Records in the background for his first album recording studio, and then you have his master's voice for where he ended up. So that's the story about this one. That's because I like the king. The other one is it's a pinup girl with donuts because I'm a baker. Yes, I did. Du- du- du. Probably in the ground. No, the survivors. No, they didn't get buried. Hopefully not. Mm-mm-mm. Question marks. Did I sleep between Vegas, Rick, and Valhalla? There was no sleep when I was between those guys. Well, you can get the tender time. I got the full treatment. What got into trials in the US? I don't know. As an American, I would be scared to go anywhere near uh, the court system because It seems very, very, very bad and a bit corrupt. Does she does she have my other leg on here too? No, I don't think so. But she used to have more of my tattoos on here. Leg ladies. Yeah. It's just yeah, people liked well, oh my. There was a lot of people complimenting them. You told me to let the dough rest longer during autoluce, bulk fermentation, or proof. I'll send Twitter pics in a few. Um, do you run it as a cold dough? Because I would take it out. I'll let it rest more before I put it in the oven because when it breaks so much, it's because all the yeast hasn't been used, and it forms the crust. So the crust will break. Mm, 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 mm. Why does she have a puppy nose? Well, it was to have a little sweet, stuck up nose. Knowing the juries in the US, how did I feel safe visiting? Because I don't break the law. What got me into trials in the US? 13 years of jury duty in Denmark. And then I found Rackets channel. I was already watching Rackets, talking about law stuff because Rackets normally start at 6 my time. That's about the time I get up in the morning. So I was always watching Rackets in the morning when we talked about law stuff, and then he started covering was Rittenhouse the first case he covered, and yeah, I started following it, and then I started my own channel to talk about politics, and then Dave said, "Come on, try to speak English with me, and could you help me out covering the Alvarez Burgos trial in Texas, worst case ever?" And kind of kind of went on from there because Jamie said, "Oh, by the way, now you have streamed with me. You owe me." It's kind of like when a coyote takes you over the border. You don't know how much you owe them. You just know you owe them. So that's how I got into trial streaming because Jamie said, "You better get monetized and get me paid." And she used a word starting with B. Why can't you get an ID in English? Because your country is racist against foreigners. Do I have talents we don't know about? Playing instruments, mind control, etc. Well, I can shun ladies without trying. And I used to play music for 15, 18 years when I was younger. I started out playing I don't know, you call it cornet, the small trumpet. Then I moved further down and ended up on a tuba. And that's why I spent my military uh, enlistment time playing the bass drum in the Navy band. So I'm not a good musician. I'm a steady musician. So I'm not the one who's gonna jam session anything, but give me a set of notes and I can keep going. La, 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 la. You have no idea what I'm talking about. I'm here all the time. He only pays attention to me when I talk about being naked. Well, I was away for a week. Mhm. Well, does that work for you as a pickup line? No, sadly not. Hey, Rabbit. Do I still have my tuba? Nope. I haven't played music in the last time I played. Well, I tried to play piano, but I can't use both hands at the same time. Sorry, ladies. Um, So I couldn't teach myself how to play piano, but I think the last time I played music was probably '03 or 04. So bad at music, the enemy retreats. No, I was so great at music that the Queen's Guard hated us. Are chords the same in Denmark as it is in the US? The stone? Or uh, Jinder Baker was a great musician. He played with Eric Clapton. Yeah, my hair looks a little ginger sometimes on camera. Room temperature 75 degrees or so overnight for bulk fermentation. Doubles inside, ends blew out again. Lol. Yeah, again, either your yeast is too active, or it's just not hot enough, and that's why it'll break the crust. I think he meant corrupt. Mhm. Don't feel bad about the piano. I couldn't play it either because my brain flipped the keyboard, so I stuck to playing drums and other instruments. I tried to learn to play a guitar as well during the lockdowns, and I just my brain won't, because I'm used to using one hand and then you blow, um, which is a good tactic. I can recommend it, but moving both hands at a time is not that good. Are courts as corrupt in Denmark as the US? No, because we have no politics in our court system. Well, we have politicians saying every 5 years, focus more on weapons, focus more on violence, focus more on grape, something. That's the only thing they will kind of get into. And then when they want to seem tough on crime, they'll suggest mandatory sentencing. And that's the only really political influence we have, because you have to remember the court system is totally separate from politics. There's no elected DAs, there's no elected judges. The only elected person in the courtroom is us jurors, and we sign up for it for 4 years at a time. We make a bit of money, but it's not, you can't gain anything. And uh, both the DAs and the defense lawyers, I never, I might once or twice have met someone where they tried to pull the wool over our eyes, but most of the time they're playing fair. And well, we have the same rates as everyone else, more or less, with the conviction rates, because we have this rule in Denmark. They can't put anything in front of in a courtroom unless they are absolutely certain that they can get a conviction, and they have conferences, I believe, at the DA's office before they bring the trial. But again, of course, sometimes we don't feel they've proven it. So yeah. Will you promise to eat cheese Danish for 5,000 subs? No, because we can't get a cheese Danish in Denmark. Was that for 6,000 subs? I'll go back to the US. But no, um, I don't know where I could get a cheese Danish, because we are not late in French in Denmark. Did the expert give up any of his freeze-dried Skittles? I didn't know he had freeze-dried Skittles. 1 quart, 946.35 milliliters. No, because that'll be a quarter of a gallon. We don't use gallons. Mhm. Devon, I am not surprised. Yes, I think as long as you, because as we can clearly see in the Karen Reed case, something's wrong. Is it a judge trying to ingratiate herself with people who have power who can get her reelected? Is a DA gunning for his boss's job, wanting to have a big scalp, but that case should never have been put before a jury. While I was in the States, did you visit any courthouses just to see the EIL? No, I didn't. It could have been fun if there was any cases that were kind of on at the time. But what most people don't understand, being in court is super boring. Um, I did it once to try and see it from the other side. I had a case that ended early, and then another case started with a guy I just had convicted in some other matter. And I thought, I'm going to watch it from the bench because I know how it is. I sit here, the judge is there, and the other juror, and then you have the defense, and you have the state, and then you have the witness stand in the middle. So I know how it is, and you're sitting there taking notes and following along and thinking, yeah, does it sound reasonable? So I thought I'm going to go in there and see it from from the other end of the courtroom, and it's so boring because you can't do anything. You can't be on your phone. You can't. So you just have to sit there for an hour and a half listening to people talk. So uh, if it was a case I was following, if I'd been in Massachusetts, yeah, I would try to get into a case or into a courtroom. But courts are really, really boring to sit in, and that's the same. I don't understand. I shouldn't say that because I use their streams. I don't understand people sitting in law and crimes uh, chat for 8 hours a day, not doing anything. At least on this channel, you have Jamie bashing her lashes at you sometimes, or me rambling. In law and crime, you have nothing. It's just a court case. It's good background noise, but it's a bit boring. Love a cheese Danish? Well, you're wrong. Why do I hate France? Because I went to France the first time in 90 in 1999. I think the first time I was in France was in 99, maybe 92. And every other year from then on until I was in my early 20s, I was in France. I was in Paris. I did the trip around Paris so many times. I just hated it. And French people are weird. I like Rome way better. So that's why I don't like France. And because you can't communicate with people. They don't speak no English. He ate all the freeze-dried Skittles. He probably did. Mm-mm-mm. Yeah, we don't use gallons. We use liters. So a quarter of a liter would be 250 milliliters. I'll make a cheese Danish for you. I'll find the recipe. Nej tak. Next time I come to Tennessee, would you try zip lining or whitewater rafting? I don't think I would whitewater raft because of my back. I tried it when I was deployed. We went to Croatia and did it. That was fun, but with my back, I can't do it today. How many mini baby goats did you smuggle back into Europe? Time will tell. Yeah, it's unobtainable. Just caught that I have sourdough bread questions. My yeast is dirty. Yeah. No, ladies are lovely in France. Problem is they're French. Mm. What phrase can you teach us that we would need in Danish? Mange tak. Velbekomme. Mange tak is thank you a lot. We say that a lot here. And velbekomme is when someone is eating. I don't know what you say in English for that. It was weird. Every time we were eating, normally you would say, "Oh, welcome to the table" when they're eating. Other than that, what do you need to know in Danish? You don't really need to know things in Danish because we all speak anglais. Uh, think they start in the first grade now teaching kids English. So you'll probably be fine here, better than most people just come to the US because we all speak English. Good phrases in Danish. You have you have all the standard you want to know. Jeg elsker dig. I love you. Du er en møgkælling. You're such a B word. Uh, jeg smadrer kraniet på dig. I'm gonna smash your skull. All the things you need when you're going out drinking. FC København er en lorteklub. FC Copenhagen is a bad football club. Words like that can always get you into an argument or a fight. You ziplined in Vegas last night. Awesome. Oh, cool. Did you get to try all the foods you wanted while visiting? Yeah, I got the chicken fill. That was the big thing. And other than that, when the White Rabbit took me to Walmart, I just said, I just want to try. I tried Twinkies. They were okay. I'll put them at a 4 out of 10. Moon pie 2 out of 10. Sorry, White Rabbit. Um, Saxby's, the best food. Well, Saxby's or the catfish, both 8 out of 10s. Baconator, better in memory than in real life. Hot honey, I never had that before. That was really good. I'm gonna figure out how to make it myself because I need that for pizza from now on. But yeah, I tried to. Yeah, I pretty much got whatever I wanted, and my kids were really happy. I bought them Hershey Kisses and what's the nasty peanut butter things, and my oldest got Sour Patch Kids. She really liked those. They taste like plastic. Yeah, the Bon Appetit, kind of like that. Did I enjoy TSA searches? Did they confiscate anything? Were I violated? In Denmark, I was randomly picked out for a drug test of my back. The only guy with visible tattoos got randomly pulled out of, and I was just nice to her, and she was smiling because she was just yelling at some other person. In Heathrow, I had to go through another security check. I got a fist bump from a guy because he they looked really tired because they had a lot of people there who clearly didn't understand laptop and iPad in separate trays. So when I did whatever they were told and I could figure out I had to put my feet on the yellow feet on the floor, they uh, they were really happy. I got a fist bump. The US took forever to get through immigration. It was just they had like two stalls open. We were playing big plane in from London that day. That's probably like 300 people, and we just waited in line forever. But it was actually easier to get in this time than the last time. I didn't get fingerprinted or anything. Then I had to check in again and go through security again to get to Knoxville. Nothing there. In Knoxville, I forgot to take off my wristwatch. So that was the only time they had to touch. No, no, in Philadelphia when I arrived to, he patted my hoodie and my stomach, and I said, "It's just fat." So that's the only two times I was touched on this trip. Oh yeah, Tatoy Day, welcome. Would Karen Reed be convicted in Denmark? With the evidence shown so far, I couldn't see any prosecutor taking it to court in Denmark because there's so much reasonable that Again, 17 days in, and we haven't talked about how he died yet, other than the opening statement that she bumped him. I don't believe she would ever have been tried in Denmark. And no, I couldn't see it. Danish is as fake as Baker's ID. Danish is the basis of most of the English words. So, how many in the snow? Never seen any in the snow. I found my first dead guy when I was maybe 8 or 9 years old. I was an old veterinarian who had a heart attack while painting his painting his backyard fence. My mom used to run bingo on a local radio station, and we ran around and played in an abandoned factory down there. And then we saw him laying there, and he knocked over his fence. And my stupid brother said, "Oh, you go touch him." So that was the first time I found a dead body. That's a weird one when you're that young. Literally talking with a potato in your mouth. I need enunciation. Jeg smadrer dig. Is that clear enough? Mm, mm, mhm. Pernille lyver. Not in Denmark because Aldi closed in Denmark. Du, du, du. Du, du, du. We almost went to Five Guys, but we went to Cookout instead. They had a drive-through. Yeah. Oh, I had corn dogs. That's the thing the daughter really wanted to try. It's a weird thing, a sausage and then a sweet dough around it, but with some mustard, it's good. When Jesus changed water into wine, was it fermented or unfermented grape juice? I think the Lord is a little better to his followers than just giving them non-alcoholic wine. He would treat them. It would be a good, strong wine. No Taco Bell because I didn't want to have accidents. Yeah, man, what you do on your own time, I don't want to know. Uh, question. Did I go to the gym in Tennessee? No. I wanted to, but I have important stuff to do. Sit on the porch, stream, drinking beer. But in spirit, I wanted to go. I did bring my 100% Swasia back from Panella. Have I kept up on the Daybell case? Absolutely not. Never watched a second of it. I don't know. I don't even know what it's about. So couldn't tell you anything about it. Is my new king a player? He used to be. Um, I used to see him out and about in my town when I was younger. But that was before Mary. And he, let's just say, he had a lot of offers. Did I ever see him pick up someone? No, but I know he could have had anyone if he wanted them. So no, I think they have a good marriage. They have 4 kids. So yeah, I'll look at it after. Mhm. I'm not watching the case of the century. What kind of LawTube channel is this? Well, this is a LawTube channel who is watching the Karen Reed case. And again, there's 1,000 cases. And to be honest, I don't watch cases when I'm not streaming because I right now I have 17 days of cases in my head with, I believe, 49 witnesses so far, plus a year of reading all the papers. So going looking at something else, no, I don't do it. And I sometimes watch like Runkle or one of the other streamers recap or in the morning just to see if I missed something, but I don't watch much law streaming. Do you have amusement parks in Daneland? Of course we have. We have the oldest amusement park in the world called Tivoli in the middle of Copenhagen. And then we have the illustrious Legoland because the one you have in California or Florida, wherever it is just a cheap knockoff. Um, the original one is in a town called Billund, where the Lego factory is. So yeah, we have amusement park. Then we have some what would you call them, like water parks with it's called Lalandia. We call them pea soup because every kid pees in the water. So we do have that, and we have a few more, but the world's oldest amusement park is in Denmark. Diva wants to know: did you shoes survive after playing in the creek at the Black Side? Oh, yeah. Uh, they were a little wet. I don't practice law. I am a layman in Denmark, which is our jury system. Texas is the next US stop. No, because you have snakes. My next US stop will be, I don't know. I want to go back to Las Estados Unidas, and I would love to do it where we could do like a meetup, but where and when, well, right now I have to figure out how to find money to just pay for this one. And now I'd like to meet Jamie, and I know you can't meet Jamie unless, well, she'll yell at you from her driveway. That's the closest you can ever come to meeting her. So that'll be Midwest somewhere. Would I like to go to Texas? Yeah, probably if it's cold down there at some point. Um, Other places I would like to see in the US, I would like to go to all those things you've seen in old cowboy movies like Arizona and stuff like that. I would like to try that. Uh, New York, never want to go back there. California, don't think it's my vibe. Florida, nope. Australia in the US, ain't gonna go there. Love to go back to Tennessee, especially if I could find an easier way to get there than 25 hours trips. Um, but other than that, no, I'd like to go to the Midwest again. I would like to go to out in the desert, even though they have snakes, and I just said I wouldn't go to Texas because of the snakes. But going out there and see where they shot all the old cowboy movies with John Wayne, I would love to see that. I want to see nature because we don't in Denmark. We just have flat. We have water and flat, woods flat, fields flat. Everything is flat. So I'd like to go somewhere that's not flat. I just said I want to come back. What's my earliest memory? Think I woke up at like 5 this morning thinking I need to pee. Yeah, probably the earliest memory I have of today. In life, I don't know if it is a memory or it's because people have told me. But I remember when I was a kid, I think I remember sitting at our dining table in my high chair, and my grandma was sitting next to me, and I was doing something with my food I wasn't supposed to. So she slapped my hand, and we had a mixed dog of a it was a Labrador and something, and it just grabbed her hand and sat, but it didn't bite her, but just so she shouldn't hit me. So, but I don't know if that's an implanted memory or I can remember it. But I think that's some of the first things I remember that dog protecting me. Looking for. When you come to California, I'll take you to the snow. I just said I don't think California has my vibe. Vermont is beautiful. Yeah, and it's a socialist state, so I can go there. Land in Pittsburgh and take a train to Arizona. Be amazing views all the way there and stop in many big cities where people could come and say hi at the station. But isn't train rides extremely expensive in the US? I was looking at what was I can't remember the route, but it was either just north of the border in Canada or south. I was looking at going one of those east-west trips with a sleeping cart and everything, but that was I could take a cruise for less than that. Uh, Next time I'm in Tennessee, someone should take you to the Gatlinburg Sky Bridge. Yeah. I don't think I would go to Massachusetts. They have a weird police force up there. Depending, yeah. Well, if I had to travel for that long, I would probably need like a sleeping cart or something. Yeah, that's the beauty about riding trains, and you have the time to watch it. I think there's like a couple on YouTube who go on train rides, and I was looking. I don't know, probably because I was searching Samat, a city in Switzerland I've been in where you ride up to with a train. And then I saw one of those train rides across the prairie where they have like viewing, um where it's just glass all along the what do you call it? The train back end, probably not. So you can just sit there, read a book, and look out. And I would love that. There's nothing to see where you are. Don't come here. Well, probably a good place to go then. 2025 Dollywooding cruise. Yeah, we should rent a cruise boat. $600, but that's probably not accurate. $600. I could if I'd fly uh, with absolutely lowest standards, I could get to the US for less than that. Mm. Yeah, but everything costs more at Bakken. I want to see Jamie yell at Baker in person. I definitely contribute to that travel fund. Yeah, because when I stand at the end of a driveway with my camera out and say, "Hey, Jamie, happy to see me. Who are you? Go away. Pay me." She's mean. Rhode Island. Well, I've been near to Massachusetts because I've been in Delaware. Did I steal that Knoxville Avenue sign? No, I got it from the White Rabbit. Yeah, something like that. Then I could do it, but that's pricey. I think I looked at that, and that was really expensive. Mm, yeah, I'm gonna meet some blood lizards. You can get a ride at any truck stop if you lower your standards and put out. Wouldn't be the first time. Delaware is near Massachusetts. It's just south and to the east. I know all states in America by feel. Yeah, but I don't see color, I don't see religion, and I don't see distance. This is 6 inches, in my opinion. See you later, Becca. Yeah, blood lizards are the scariest reptiles. I don't want to go to New York. I don't want to go to California. I might go to Texas if it's not too hot. Why do I know your country's geography better than I do? Because I got this wonderful gift from FD Food Fairy. I studied it. You have Delaware there. Then you have Massachusetts right there. It's right next to each other. This far apart. It's the same thing. So, again, in Tennessee, that's a whole 6 inches away. So that's way longer. And then you have California all the way over there. That's too much. Then I have to figure out where Jamie lives. I should know where Jamie lives. She's not in. She's in Michigan. That's right there. And Texas, Florida. Yeah, I know. I know America. This part, not so much. That's a little hard to remember. It's just not that I don't like it, but well, that's where Iowa is. I've been right there. Come visit everyone here in Italian. Here is Italian Dominican. The cops are great. They even come to my family cookouts. Like, yeah, I could do that. Well, I were in New York the last time I was in the U.S. Drove from New York down to Delaware. I wasn't a big fan. Too many people, too much, just nasty. Uh, what were Danish dinosaurs like? I'm not that old. Yeah, lot lizards. The two stories on why I hate the French. It's the mitten. Yeah, Jamie lives somewhere here. You live in the thumb. Mm-hmm. That's a large Italian Dominican. Why did those two groups figure out we're gonna make a subspecies in America? It's a weird one. You love the New York City, but was there when it was clean in 2002. It's too big for me. I'm not a fan of. I'm just not a fan of. When I'm a country boy, so I live in a small town where I think the highest buildings we have is probably the hospital, which is 8 stories tall or something like that. That's probably the highest thing we have in my town. So I like it a little more. I like Delaware because it reminds me of Denmark, flat and water. Uh-huh. There's just a big space of Montana, Iowa, Ohio between Canada and Texas. Yeah, but I'm pretty sure if you go there, you will find some of the nicest people in the world. Um, and that's one of those things I'd like to go and see and find. I'd like to go to like Wyoming and figure out how's it out there because no one ever talks about Wyoming because it's just flyover country. I bet you there's amazing people out there. And that's one thing I have to give the Americans, coming from Scandinavia, where we are very, very, very cold people and doesn't really like talking to new people. American is very open people and very friendly. Again, I like that about Americans, but you know, sometimes it just feel a little superficial. Maybe that it's not. It's more like we have to be nice or we should be nice. So we say a lot of nice things to each other without meaning it. But the people I met in the US, who I spent time with, all are super friendly people, and I don't think you could do a meetup like that in Denmark the same way because we don't open our doors to strangers as easy as Americans do. I like American people. Yellowstone. I really don't want to be eaten by a bear. Wyoming is flat except for the Tetons, from what I've heard. Yeah, but that's amazing to go and see things you never seen anything else. I'm sitting in the water in a tube. I see no Romanians with stabulators. Is that racist? Wyoming sucks except Jackson's Hole. I don't know what part of Jackson you like, but that's weird. Yellowstone. Wyoming has buffaloes and three people, and I think they have the most lax gun laws in the U.S. too. We are the opposite of Scandinavians from what I've seen online. Yeah, we are very, very closed. But it's because we have the Swedes next to us. We really don't want them in. So we are very protective because they cheat at war and come as friends and then they'll steal our land. Yes, but better than JFK. Both are in the weird areas, though. It's really far away and it's hard to get out there. That's one of the things Americans don't do well. That's infrastructure. Like our train ends at the airport. I just get out, go up. I could go on to Sweden, but we don't talk about that. And when I come home, I just take my suitcase, go down, sit in the train. That's easy. JFK, that's way out of everywhere. Sorry, if you put the red question mark in front of it, I'll see it easier. I don't speak no habla español. I can ask for a beer in Spanish and I can say America in Spanish. It's only what I picked up from movies. Yes, remember special movie time today, 3 p.m. So I have a chance to see it. Am I interested in settling down like romance wise? I don't have a girlfriend, so that would be pretty hard for me to do. So that's a yeah, I don't know. If I meet the right woman and she's not too mad at me, yeah. No habla español. Why did K-Mac take himself and two others of my five fantasy drivers out of the race? Are Danes bad at special awareness? No, I, as you know, every Danish person have each other on quick dial. So I called him last week and said, "Hey, buddy, I heard my buddy Brandon. He has Hülkenberg on his dream team. So if you can just fix that." And he said, "Sure, buddy. Don't you worry about that. I'll fix it." And then He took himself out. He probably took himself out of a contract next year too. So that's a good thing. Should dare me to come to Sweden. There's nothing worth visiting in Sweden. I've seen the Vasa, so there's nothing else to be there. When we get married, will you play music at our wedding? Nope, because I haven't played in more than 20 years. You'll take me to a bluegrass festival with the nicest people, and you can enjoy music and sing and drink homemade whiskey and real beer. Not that Bud Light stuff. Everyone will feed you. I had Yingling. Yingling was good. The only light beer I had was a Miller Lite, and that was just to try it. That wasn't good, especially because I drank it to, is it pimento cheese something? That's way too rich for a light beer. En kold, not the tea on it. En kold øl. No tea in the end. Hey, fast group, happy birthday. You and Valhalla has the same birthday. That's amazing. Do I like to fish? I like to fish. I hate to catch something. I'm not a big fan of killing fish. I don't eat fish, but I really like to fish. I think it's therapeutic, but and I like to struggle with it, but I don't like to unhook them and bounce them in the head. I haven't really been a fan of unaliving things since I was deployed. Get weird that way. Not that I unalived anyone while deployed, but since then, nah, just changed. Yeah, we have one. We have one WhatsApp group. K-Mag is from your city, therefore we only speak kindly of him. Yeah, and every Dane loves him because he's a Dane who's on TV. Do I like fish sticks? That's actually one of my guilty pleasures. I love those really, really bad fish products. That's my favorite. Oh, I can eat that. That's not good. You're the queen of the typos, and yes, it's your first language. What instruments do you play or did you play? I played the tuba, I played the big drum in the end. Miller Lite is gross. Pimento cheese is God's greatest gift behind Jesus. I don't know if they made it the right way because I ordered a sausage with pimento cheese, and the sausage was not even lukewarm. It was it was a weird restaurant. I don't know if because it was kind of closing time, but they yeah, it wasn't that good. But the cheese tasted good. Yeah, öl is the most important. Fishing take too much patience. It's actually good sometimes to go out there and just uncouple because again, I'm sitting here with three screens going and 80 people watching, and when you're constantly thinking, trying to keep up with everything. So it's actually nice. Now when the weather is better, I'll if I'm not streaming at night, I'd like to go walking down by the beach or in the woods just to get out of my brain because there's too much thinking going on, and I'm not that great at thinking. Yeah, but I don't like to touch them. Is there going to be war in Europe anytime soon? Will it start at a football match? There is a war going on in Europe right now. You're paying for it. It's in the Ukraine. So yeah, we have a, and the Ukraine is, we're here. They're right here. So we have a war going on right now. The next war kicking off probably will be back in the Balkans. So we can go back and have fun. And it probably won't be over football. We riot over football. We don't fight wars over it. It's in South America they fight wars over football. Island Park, Idaho is catch and release. Lots of actors and political people come there and fish there. Yeah, but again, if I could get someone to take it off the hook and let me throw it out again, or they can throw it out again, I'll do it. again, I don't know. I might have something on the diagnosis. My brain runs away with me from me way too fast. So I like to do those things where you're just doing nothing. That's the same at the gym, just being on the treadmill for an hour at a slow pace, listening to some audiobook or podcast. So you just don't have to think. That's a good. I try to do that a couple of times a week just to decompress because you're reading all of this, you're following along in 14 cases at the same time, and it's a little overwhelming. And as you can see this week, it's really important we streamers remember that life is life, and we should live it, not too much. So, where were I deployed? I'm sure you have answered this before. I was on Team 10 and 11 in Doboj, Bosnia. Jamie, stop being mean. You had an ex girlfriend that could be described as a really bad fish product. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Do I get seasick? I remember once on a ferry from Norway, I got really seasick, but everyone was seasick. It was kind of storming. Other than that, I can feel queasy if there's a good wind going, but I don't normally don't get travel sick. I don't that doesn't bother me too much. Um, there'll be no indica. Oh, yeah, that's well. I actually don't drink that much in my everyday life. So, but I like the peace and quiet. Beer, I don't drink. I normally don't drink. I'm a little boring. Rubber gloves. I should try that. Cigarettes were cheap down there. Yeah, our national day. Yeah, that's the thing I never figured out with Americans why they always trash their own place, trash someone else's. Doesn't that get boring? 1 hour on the treadmill. Absolutely. That's why you have a an audiobook in your ears and you just walk and you don't do anything. You're in the same spot. You just your mind just relaxes. That's why I like to go to the gym every morning. It's just so you have some downtime and you just relax and you don't have to think about anything else than either just being on a cross trainer or a treadmill, or you just have to lift some weight because again, your brain gets kind of fried doing this for so long as we do it sometimes. Especially a case like this that has been going on for so long. I'm really happy I got to take that week off because that's why I like doing those smaller cases, the 2 3 weeks. I know that's not as interesting for some people like one of the big cases, but I like a short case in out couple of weeks because you don't get so overwhelmed by all the information you're trying to remember because it's kind of my job to try and remember everything when people come in here and ask, "Oh, how about this? How about that?" So that's why I really like just going down there. And normally I get out of the house at 9:30, 10 in the morning and stay there for an hour, 2 hours, and just do something. But that's I like doing that because being bored is good sometimes because it can make your brain relax. Do the Skaldic poems reflect actual Danish reality? Are you talking about the old Icelandic myth about the Viking ages? No, Skaldic poems. No, that's they're 2,000 years old. We've come a long way since then. Where are cigarettes cheap? In the Balkans. Well, last time I was there, it was cheap. Uh, Overwhelming information is how you get convictions where you shouldn't. Yeah, that's what you should have, and because then you can bury that you have no information. What's the greatest deal in Denmark? Should everyone go there? And what's the deal with cinnamon? The greatest deal in Denmark? I, I don't know. Greatest deal in Denmark would be if you want to come here, stay nowhere near the west coast, Copenhagen, Aarhus, or Odense. Stay somewhere else, and you will have a kind of, well, we're expensive because we have so high taxes, but you will have easy access to beaches. Come in July, August, September, and you can go and enjoy the beaches. You can go travel to all our islands. Where I live, we have like an island pass where you can island hop uh, for a very low price. A lot of places have free public transportation. So if you want to come here, come see it. I think you should, but stay away from, or at least don't go just to be in Copenhagen. Copenhagen is like every other big city. It's crap. Um, get out in the countryside. Go to the beach. Remember, all of our beaches is there's at least 4 or 5 pairs of titlets walking around all the time because it's Europe, baby. So I would do that. Cinnamon. Well, our deal is we really like it in baked goods, but it's a different cinnamon than you use because, like the big red one and stuff like that, tastes weird in my opinion. But we like cinnamon. But I think you would find we like licorice even more. No, we do that on the 14th of February to keep Satan away. What is the Danish sense of humor, and why do you call them Norwegian mountain trolls? Well, the Danish sense of humor is very dry. Um, it's kind of like the British sense of humor. There's a lot of self-deprecation. There's a lot of making fun of other people. We find American humor is a little. Well, it's not. If you want to figure out what Danish humor is like, go watch a guy like Murray on YouTube. We kind of have the same humor where it's kind of we make fun of ourselves and but do it in an intelligent way. So we put one over on people anyway. So the Danish humor is kind of downplayed, uh, a lot of innuendos, but it's more. It's not this constant. There must be a punchline, punchline, punchline like American humor. I like some American stand-ups, but it just becomes a lot too fast. But go check out a guy like Al Murray, and you'll see what Danish humor is kind of about. Du, du, du. How religious is Denmark? Not at all. 80, 83% of us is member of the Danish People's Church, which we are happy to do because then we get to pay 0.8% of our taxes to it. No, 0.08. I can't even remember. Everyone is a part of a religion. In Denmark, it's very comme il faut to talk about your religion. No one is religious unless you are one of our new citizens or you're one who had converted to one of our new citizens' religion. Then they are very loud about their religion. In Denmark, you never ever talk about religion. That's something I always say religion is kind of like peens. Everyone can have one, but you don't have to show it. We are very, very closed about what religion we have. We never. There's actually a study done by an American about if the welfare state made us this a religious, but I think it's more to do with our closed. Um, we are very cold people when if you come here. We are standoffish when you meet us. We are very, very bad at meeting new people. But if we let you in, we'll let you in with everything, and you'll stay there forever. I think it's the kind of the same way we have it with religion. We don't go around talking about that. It's not normal to. Well, we have an election going on right now for the EU. No one cares, so nothing is really. But when we have our normal elections, you might see people having posters in their front yard if they support a candidate, and they will say what political party they follow. But normally, you don't talk politics and you don't talk religion. That's something you have. Um, you we we all pay to the church, but most Danes come to church three times in their life: when they're born, when they get married, and when they die. Other than that, we go for Christmas and Easter. That's when you go to church. So it's it's very uncommon to meet religious people, especially if it's just the garden variety Danish Protestant church. We never talk about it. So that's everyone is taught about it in school and stuff like that, but it's not just not something we talk about. Um, and I don't know why, but it's it's just not a big part in Danish life. What language do I think dream in? I think dream in Danish. I had sometimes I'll dream in English when I've been talking for too long. If I were to Google the hottest Danish woman, what would I want to search for? Uh, Well, we have a few supermodels. We have Nina Agdal, who's I think married to one of those weird Paul brothers now, or pregnant by one. Don't find her that hot. She's known for one of those burger commercials. Then we have Helena Christensen. She's more like a. She's back. She was in the George Michael video, I believe, or was it simply Red's video? She's more like a classic supermodel. Um, I'm a fan of the girl who used to have to promote Headbangers Ball on MTV, Anne Lindfeld or something like that. Redhead with a lot of tattoos. Um, but again, we you'll find a lot of you'll find a lot of tall blondes if you go looking for them. But again, I don't know what flavor you like. But I gave you a blonde, a brunette, and a redhead now. Is it rude to talk about personal stuff in Denmark? You don't do it to people you just met. What Olympic event are we known for? Actually, curling is a bit. We used to be good at curling. We had a guy who was pretty good at short put. Handball is one of the big ones. Absolutely nothing in the Winter Olympics. Well, we played some good ice hockey. We have a few players play in the NHL. Uh, but no, handball is probably our biggest Olympic sport. We won that quite a few times, especially women's handball. We will just talk about women, and yeah, and the beauty is again we are kind of liberal clothing wise, especially at the beaches. Bum, bum, bum. Still mediocre at curling. We were good back in the day. I think we won bronze. If I'm an introvert, Denmark is where you want to live. Yeah, yeah, that's actually a good thing for introverts because a lot of people are really. You can fly under the radar here. No one will find you weird. Um, we, of course, would check on our neighbors, but I live in a cul-de-sac with 20 houses. I talk to two of them regularly. The rest is just, hey, we don't talk too much. Well, you still have to train. Women handballers are hot. Have you seen handball? Pole vaulters are hot. Most female handball. I used to when I was in teachers college. I went with a girl who played the center defender on the Danish national team, and she was taller and wider than I was. She was a unit. I wouldn't call her hot. Chris Isaac, exactly. That's what I said. Are there many frogs in Denmark? Well, where I grew up, we had a creek in the backyard. There was a lot of frogs down there, but I don't go frog hunting much, so I couldn't tell you. But there's very few snakes, so that's a good thing. Well, there was the one who had the topless photos taken for a calendar. Remember her? And the team that was before them shouldn't be taking having topless photos taken of them. What's her name? Michelle or something? She was kind of cute. You should take us on a tour of the city for a members only live stream. Yeah, the only problem is it's kind of weird walking around the streets and saying, "Hey, look, this is the church. Hey, look, this is I had a hard time doing it in in Dollywood, and that's a place where people expect people walking around with a camera. But I've been thinking about going into the town center because where I live, well, there's a big road, and then there's another big road. Well, there's some woods over there, but I have thought about going in and showing you the old part of the city because my town is from. We just had our, I believe, 800th jubilee is 775th jubilee. So we have a lot of old places, and yeah, we have some cool old stuff. So I thought about showing you that at some point. It could be fun, but that's another thing with getting easily embarrassed and kind of stick to yourself. Walking around downtown with that, have to get over the self embarrassment. But I've been thinking about showing just to show what a Danish town is because it's way different than the American towns. What's the most dangerous animal in Denmark? Women. I think it's well, we have wolves now. I have some wolves. Before that, I think actually it was the badger. What does Danish water taste like? Where I live, we have a lot of chalk in the water, calcium. So that's good. That's- Just ruins everything that I run through. We use groundwater. We don't use pond water like Americans. So when I came to Tennessee and opened the faucet and smelled the chlorine, I thought, oh, I have to remember I'm in the state where they use that. But no, it's groundwater. It's filtrated through the earth. It's how can you compare it? Probably like good bottled water. I don't know how to describe it. I like water straight out of the faucet, and it's good for you. There's a lot of calcium in it. There's a lot of minerals in it, and it's been cleaned by nature. So we just straight in Denmark. It's well, it's becoming more and more popular to have water bottles at your house. I like to have like the water with a little bit of fizz and lemon taste, especially when it's hot. But in Denmark, you drink a lot of, I don't know what you would call it. Kind of like a Mio where you have your water and you add some flavor to it, and that's popular in Denmark. We drink that uh, more than sodas. So where you put some like fruit syrup or something in your water. So we drink a lot of fresh water. Do I have funky mushrooms in Denmark? Well, I don't partake in funky mushrooms, but I could probably find someone who knows where to find them if you want to have some. I've convicted quite a few who sold them, so let me know. It's regular badges. We don't have honey badges. Maybe hitting deer in traffic was killing most people in Denmark, but it ain't many. No, I think our when we were younger, before the wolves came back, I think the badger was the greatest land living predator. Maybe a fox. Everywhere out in the country uses groundwater. Only cities have chlorinated water. Yeah, nowhere here has chlorinated water. Yeah, but it tastes kind of like that. But we drink faucet water. What temperature is considered hot in Denmark? Everything above, I would say, if you go above 20, it's a really good day. And I need maths to figure out what 20 degrees are for me. It's like the 60 something. If you get above 68 degrees, it's a good summer day. And if you get above 77 for 3 days in a row, we are having a heat wave. Well, yeah, well, pond water or like lake water and stuff like that. To use perfume or actual deodorant? Well, I have this one, this one, this one, and this one. It's deodorant spray. It's a toilet. What do you think about other Danes? Where would you live if you got tired of Denmark? Well, I like some of the states. So I could see myself living. I tried to. Well, I was looking at moving to the U.S. when I got divorced because bakers were in demand over there back then. But because of the kids, I didn't move. I like Italy, even though it gets a little hot in the summertime. So it'll probably be something either the states or Italy would be places I would like to live. But I'm not good with heat all the time, so I like Spain too, but that's really hot. When was the last dragon you saw in Denmark? think we have like a Chinese New Year thing somewhere. I saw that. Uh, I didn't want the funky mushroom, but it went with the frog question. Licking toads, and we don't have those toads in Denmark. Yeah, show and tell. It's a full service member stream. 82.4 actually. I looked it up. Baker said something different. Sorry, 82.4, which would be what the F? That's not correct. Nope. Nope. At 28 degrees. Well, they have raised it because back in the day, 25 degrees would be a summer day. The Alexia from Boss was sent. Is that this one? I like it. It's good. The problem is, I really like that Aqua de Gio, but every 17-year-old kid uses it, and when they spray themselves down at the gym, it's really annoying. So I can't wear that. You have to use 4 different deodorants a day. No, but you change it up a little bit now and again because it gets boring. You despise fragrance. I can tell you, not one of our Dollywood groups smelled like fragrance. Thank God. I had both a stick under my arm and a little dabby dab on the hot spots. Italy got mountains where you can escape when it gets too hot. Yeah, it should be the north of Italy, so you can get to the Alps. Grandpa is from Venice, Italy. They should really try to get something done with their water problems. Uh, Stay north of the Mason Dixon if you don't like heat. Probably way north. Yeah, 28. Yeah, I plugged it into the temperature thing on Google. Genova. Genova. Spanish and Italian girls and redheads. Oh, okay, all girls. Well, the problem with Spanish and Italian girls, they're really Catholic. So I know everyone dreams about it, but there's better chances of hooking up with a tourist when in Italy or Spain than with a local girl. It's 88 there today. We might hit that some days when it's really hot, but then nothing moves in Denmark. If you visit Arizona, check the state out for from Prescott and all the way up to Page. Not what you expect. Yeah, I expect a lot of desert. Well, you should come. Italy is great. I'm going back down there in September. If you decide to move to the States, I have plenty of spare on my property in Manomet Village, Plymouth, Massachusetts. It never gets hot because of the ocean and doesn't get hammered when it snows. No, I know Massachusetts never have snow. I watched a trial about we have more snow in Denmark than Massachusetts. No, I can't stand the heat. I get moist o'clock. That on your arteries or whatever it's called, the hot things. I'm not pulling that one up. Hey, Stace, how are you doing? Uh, Seattle and Portland is the most similar areas in the U.S. I don't think Seattle would be a town for me, even though I'm Scandinavian of the state. Thank you, Mother State. Um, I think Seattle would be a little too pink-haired liberal for me. I'll probably fit in good somewhere where you can carry a gun and swear. Stop saying what, Jamie? I can tell you some of the hottest women I've seen in my life is in Italy, especially in Rome. They dress really nice as well. It's, I can they are they are smoke shows, and, then they get married, then they get just as fat as me. Is my mic cutting or your phone? Yeah, Seattle, isn't that the rainiest place on mainland US? Moist o'clock? Isn't that's almost moist o'clock. Are there special secret Danish Legos? Certain things I'm not allowed to talk about or willing to discuss. Let's just say it that way. But, if you know the king, what's wrong with a tuna can? What? I'll try to, see if it's my microphone. I need a new microphone. Uh, yeah, I'm back on it again. Come to Oklahoma, we don't have any weather issues. Oklahoma. That's right there. Isn't that Tornado Valley going up? Isn't that what you call tornado? Go rub that meat. Have a great day. Yeah, I said mainland Hawaii, mainland America. Yeah, and I don't know if you know about they have a culture of well, the government might not only be the only government in that part of the country. Yeah, there was a lot of back then in there. Yeah, it's moist o'clock. Jamie, why do you want me to keep saying it? I don't know. It's the Danish king's birthday today. No, yes. Did I miss that? No, it's yeah, it's his birthday today. Happy birthday, Your Majesty. Thank you, Penelope, for reminding me. What's the best Danish export you should all run and buy? Lego. Other than that, maybe some medicine because Novo Nordisk makes a lot of diabetes medicines. That's not nice to call her that. You're driving, but even yards, every yard sale I stop at, they comment on my shirt as a free current license plate tank. Southern Mass is upset. Yeah, yeah. I think this case went way bigger than anyone expected. And like him or hate him, Turtle Boy is the reason this case blew up because without him making that initial push, I wouldn't have looked into it. The Clara probably wouldn't have looked into it. And without all the noise we have made about it for a year, you wouldn't have DUI guy, wrongdoer, Emily D. Baker, recovery addict. Why can't I remember her first name? Little. Um, Back in the day, you had me, the Clara, LTL, and Bradley Churchwell. We and Turtle Boy. We were the only ones covering this trial, and it made okay numbers. It was an okay case to cover, but when you get people like Emily D. Baker in on it, you're talking a whole different level, and that's everyone everywhere knows about this story. Am I the only one obsessed with Alan Jackson? Well, I think he's a good lawyer. He, in the beginning, I didn't like him. He came off a little too California to, so he kind of antagonized Bev. But after he kind of figured out how to handle her, I like him a lot. I think he's good. Like Yannetti too. He's more like the old school talking lawyer. And I'm just sorry for the female. Is she Little? Miss Little. I can't remember. I really hate her voice. And it distracts me so much whenever she asks questions. I just hate that voice. And I know it's ridiculous and I should just look at her like any other lawyer, but I hate her voice. Hey James, how you doing? And Jamie. Jamie's not here today. She's taking a day off. The chocolate I brought was pretty good. Did you get into some of the White Rabbit's chocolate too? Yeah, because we all of you go out take it. Now we have some nice crown jewels. Oh, you also have a cupcake. Thank you so much for the support, Stace. You got yelled at. It happens all the time. Melanie Niddle, that's the name. Karen asked Clara to come to court, but the Clara is in Tennessee, I believe. Hey Jude, how are you doing today? It's the same as Ozempic. Oh yeah, and Grant, he sounded very depressed yesterday. I hope everyone is being nice to Grant. I miss my good old Grant. Love everyone as much as I do. We we love people sometimes. Slewing camel to swallow a camel. That's what we say when we have said something stupid and has to take it back. Then we swallow a camel. But it's been almost does hours. Not many more questions is coming in, so I think I'll round it up and then I'll make ready to watch the best movie in the world from the 90s. I think it's probably from the 80s. The Barbarians. great movie. You can watch it over on Discord with us in about an hour. So you really should do that. And go watch the race before movie night. I can't do that because they don't replay it till at 10 my time, and movie night starts at 9. Well, I can't say I love all the ladies, but I've tried. Yeah. The Barbarians, greatest movie in history. It's a great movie, Jamie. Yeah, I'll try to do it again sometimes if I have the time, and Jamie doesn't yell too much at me. Um, I was just sitting around doing nothing today, and I couldn't watch the Formula One, so I thought, well, let's just do a little streamy poo for the members. I just hope I can figure out to make YouTube do it, so I don't miss all the questions in the chat. Yeah, we're about. It's been 2 hours, Soy La Carissa. So yeah, please join the Discord and then come hang out and watch a movie and see why I love this movie and Jamie hates it. Other than that, no court tomorrow. It's Memorial Day tomorrow. I don't know what your memory is on Memorial Day, but have a great Memorial Day. I have something I have to do tomorrow. I forgot. Oh, I have an interview with a podcast out of New York tomorrow. But that'll be at noon. I don't know how long that's going to take. I might just pop on and do something. Tuesday, we're back in court. And then I think Wednesdays, Thursday, Friday, we are doing nothing again. So I'll try to make a baking stream with those cherries I got from FD Food Fairy. I might build some Lego just to have something to do. And yeah, maybe Jamie will join me. I invited all the angels if they wanted to come today, but I'm not good enough for them anymore. Maybe I should give them more than 20 minutes a morning, but when we move, we move. Have fun and grazie. Prego. Prego. Let's paint. Well, we need someone to keep an eye on chat if I'm painting. I have my cherry pie I need to paint. Paint is when I put color on paper. Stay away from the truck stops, Yamaha. You're sitting in the tube, Jamie said to relax. You're free tomorrow? Well, I have an interview tomorrow. I have to do an interview about the Cam Reed case, so again, I don't know. There was a guy who reached out to me and asked if I wanted to do it. It's not a YouTuber, so I don't know how long it is. If he's gonna do a lot of editing in it, or we're just gonna talk. But if I have the time, I have a cherry pie I could paint. And Jamie can come on and yell at me. Marissa and you are glad you were what? Visit Graves Memorial. You're free tomorrow, but whatever. I'm sorry. Someone else wants to play with me now, but yeah, let's look into it tomorrow. You have my numbers. Interview with a dragon. I don't know dragons. We don't have dragons in Denmark. Well, she kind of did. Yeah, I have that interview tomorrow. Let's see what else the day brings us. Because normally when you have those weird days in America, I'll try to put on a stream if people are a little bit lonely, they can follow along. So if I can swing it, I'll try and swing it with Jamie and Marissa, if you know what I mean. I really shouldn't say stuff like that.
Your Honor, I apologize.
What exhibit are you referring to?
I'm going to make this 100, Your Honor. Or 100, because it is 100% correct.
Objection, Your Honor.
Well, see the lawyer's face? Okay, we have to go back and they.
Widower case.
Did you, whether it's true or not, believe that Mr. Randolph had slept with your wife?
I wouldn't care.
You wouldn't have cared?
No,
Did you believe he had slept with your wife?
no,
Did you believe he slept with your mother-in-law?
probably did. Everybody has.
Wait a minute, I need this story time.
Everybody has.
Everybody has.
Everyone has slept with his mother.
If I showed you.
Oof.
Oh my God.
I'm having a Jamie moment. And the way he just said it, he was just like, everyone did. Things on YouTube.
Mr. Randolph, do you?
I got that against the man. You don't
You
know.
called him chicken shit.
That's right, you was chicken shit.